So we've got a lot of characters, but only four movies tonight. I only got through four movies this week. They got longer. These movies are like an hour and a half to an hour and 45 each, where like everything before it was only an hour.
Arguably some of the best movies, though.
Oh yeah, and next week is just gonna be the same, like some solid. I think next week we have Hercules,
Excellent.
um, Mulan, I think as well. I forgot what the other one between Hercules and Mulan is. But we got a couple of good ones next week as well. But this week we're looking at Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, and Hunchback of Notre Dame. And honestly, most of these are gonna probably rank pretty high, except for one that I think will shock you. Um, Starting with Aladdin. As far as the movie, I have to put that as number one.
Really?
Aladdin Aladdin is so funny. I forgot how funny Aladdin is.
It is funny.
And
Got, Robin Williams in there.
I was gonna say shout out to my boy Robin Williams. Every second the genie is on screen is just
Oh,
hilarious,
the Genie's probably one of my favorite characters in Disney history.
and I think you're gonna really enjoy when we start talking about him.
Yeah. And then what's the parrot too? The parrot's pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
Zazu.
in the TikTok that I made, I tagged Gilbert Gottfried. But so that's yeah, we're gonna put him. It's an easy win, easy number one, I think. Easily the funniest one so far. But starting with the characters, so we have a whopping 8 characters
It's a lot of characters.
from Aladdin alone. Yeah. So the first character we got is Abu.
The little monkey guy. I mean, I don't think he's anywhere near the strongest. He's crafty, probably, but
He's
I don't.
definitely not the strongest from Aladdin. However, I don't think he's gonna be a bench character right away.
No.
I think he'll get to the bench possibly, but
Hmm.
let me tell you a couple things about my boy Abu.
Oh,
Um,
I would love to hear it.
he's got some solid parkour skill.
Okay.
He's got sleight of hand where he was able to steal the lamp from Jafar without Jafar realizing it.
Hmm.
And a couple of scenes early on, he's stealing apples, bread without anybody noticing.
Hmm.
He is a monkey that knows how to pick a lock. He breaks Aladdin out of prison. Um,
Okay.
Takes his handcuffs off for him. He survived very cold temperatures. Both him and Aladdin survived being rocketed into the north and just freezing to death.
Hmm.
And he beat the shit out of Iago.
All right. I'm
Uh,
thinking 49.
49. See, I was thinking 51. I don't know if Bambi I don't know if he beats Bambi.
I was de- I was debating between 51 and I think he might beat the Mad Hatter, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean he could steal the Mad Hatter's hat and I think that'd piss the Mad Hatter off.
Yeah.
You don't think he can beat Todd? Yeah, I guess Todd took a bear.
Yeah.
I guess 49 is a good spot for that.
Yeah. Get Jiminy Cricket out of there.
That's not Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket's already on the outs.
Oh,
That's
you're right.
that's
The
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad.
Yeah. So I think that's a fair. That's kind of where I thought he was gonna go. Um, Now we got Aladdin. Aladdin, I was
A little
thinking,
bit of a tough rank for me.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. On my initial viewing, when I put him on this list, I was kind of looking. He, for me, would probably end up very similar to Abu.
I think so.
Really, the only thing that he has above Abu is that he's a human. Both of
Uh-huh.
them basically have the same skills. He's a parkour master. He's very clever, and that I think gets him a few more points than Abu because he easily tricks people. He tricks Aladdin. He tricks Aladdin. He tricks Genie. He tricks Jafar, and he tricks the Sultan. Basically, just out of being clever.
I think I think he beats Captain Hook.
Yeah, I think that too. I'm just like it's like looking at the dog list. Like, does he? go to the top? Does he go to the bottom? Does he go somewhere in the middle of the dog list?
I think the dog list is like either at this point with the dog list, it's like you either beat all the dogs or you beat none of the dogs.
Yeah. Maybe he goes to 38.
Um, who's that third? Oh yeah, it's that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he beat? I don't think he beats Panchito.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, actually, Panchito's kind of slow. He could maybe trick
Got his guns.
Panchito. Yeah, but maybe he tricks Panchito into giving him the gun. I could definitely see that happening.
That's a maybe though. I don't think so.
No, I feel like because Panchito's not the brightest. I feel like he could wiggle his way into a win, but I don't think there's any universe where he beats the Panther guy.
Yeah.
I'm feeling comfortable with him beating Panchito.
Okay.
Oop, where'd my list go?
Yeah, he definitely doesn't make it past the.
Oh yeah, no, Bagheera.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, now we got my boy Iago. Um,
It's a tough one.
it is a tough one because he's got a lot. So he obviously can fly. He has a very high endurance. He ran for a very long time to power Jafar's contraption that he was using to see where Aladdin was. Like they were trying to make this contraption to find Aladdin, and Iago was the power source.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He also has
Mm-hmm.
a high pain tolerance. Several times in the movie, he gets crushed to death. He gets crushed by the gears from that contraption I just mentioned. He gets crushed by a door. He's thrown at like very high speed into a pillar and like basically squashed into the pillar. So he's got a very high pain tolerance.
I
And
don't think he beats a poo.
I think he beats Abu.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I mean, there was a scrape between him and Abu. Abu held him down for a little bit, but he was able to squeeze his way out of Abu's grasp.
Oh, okay. There's
He
context.
he also has the ability of mimicry.
A
Um,
what?
Mimicry. He can
Oh
perfectly
yeah, yeah.
mimic somebody's voice. Like he perfectly mimics Jasmine, and he perfectly mimics Scar.
I don't think he makes it past the dog list, to be honest.
I don't think. Yeah, I'm thinking he
40. I'm
beats
thinking like
48.
right. I think he's 50.
I'm thinking 48. I'm
He
thinking
Captain Hook.
I think you could trick Captain Hook into like either thinking he's Peter Pan or the Croc and scare him to
Yeah,
death.
the mimicry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, I'm putting Chip with the mice because he's close enough.
Rodent. I'll be the
Uh,
rodent list.
Man, we're gonna have quite a few of those on the list today, or on the bench list. I mean today. All right. Da, 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 da. Jafar, Janier, Joe, wherever you are.
No,
Janier, Jafar, Joe,
no.
wherever you are.
We have kept your singing out of this moment. Pretty.
So Jafar is gonna be a high ranker.
A powerful villain.
He is a sorcerer.
Mhm.
He has the power of hypnosis, which I think automatically brings him to 20.
Yeah. What about the wizard guy there at 9?
Okay, let's talk about him versus Yinsid. Yeah, I was like originally thinking like a Maleficent placing for him somewhere here. It's like maybe I could even see him beating Prince Philip. So he can also he's omniscient at a point when he wishes to be the most. So I guess this is what we have to talk about. Jafar is what powers do we want to rank him based off of? Because at one point he becomes a genie. I'm thinking we don't rank him as the genie power, just as his sorcerer power.
Yeah, because he's not really a genie.
Well, he does wish to become a genie at the end. That's how the movie ends. He ends the
Uh,
movie as a genie.
Yeah, and he's stuck in a bottle.
Yeah, but he also at one point wishes to be the most powerful sorcerer. So do we we rank him as the most powerful sorcerer, or do we rank him as how he was before he made the wish to Genie?
Well, I think the sorcerer puts him higher.
If we're gonna rank him as the most powerful sorcerer, then I'd be willing to put him at 4.
Yeah, I agree.
But do we? Is that how we want to rank him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because with that, he basically was able to like grab Aladdin out of thin air, take away his power, turn him in or blast him across the globe. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think if we're gonna rank it off that, he's definitely 4. He's over the blue fairy, or not the blue fairy, the fairy godmother.
I agree.
All right, and then little Jazzy.
Honestly, 60, 60 probably.
Wow, she's making the list for you.
Yeah, I think she can beat the rodents.
I don't. I feel like Mrs. Potts hot liquid. Burns
Oh
her.
yeah, her hot liquid. Um,
Honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, in my notes I have nothing for Jasmine because she does nothing in the movie.
yeah, yeah. Put her on the bench.
Yeah. I was honestly thinking she definitely lines up with these.
Yeah.
All right, then we got Raja. He ripped a human's clothes off and like almost murdered Aladdin. I'm thinking like he goes 31 or 32. 31 or 32. He might not be able to beat Shere Khan.
I don't think he can beat Shere Khan. He's domesticated.
Okay.
Shere Khan is wild.
I'm comfortable with that. Oh man. Okay. Now we got a contender that I
I've been thinking about this one for a while.
uh-huh.
I don't know what to do with him.
Well, let's so he's got stealth. At one point he sneaks up on Aladdin and Abu and scares the living crap out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like every time they turn and look at him, he pretended to be a fake rug. Then you got that he can fly, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the science, uh, he can travel 324,557 miles per hour.
Where'd you get that math?
So, in the scene, A Whole New World, they fly past, I believe, Paris, the pyramids. Um,
Did you sit down and do the math on this?
no, somebody else. Thank God, somebody else had already done this for me. I actually have it. I have the note here somewhere. Yeah, somebody. I saw this online when I was looking up facts and stuff, and I was like, "Well, I can't not use this."
Yeah.
Um,
I think 30.
you think 30?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking at the list right now, but that feels too low because there's going to be another part of this that's going to come into play.
Okay.
All right.
Here's
So
my
hold on.
basis on why 30 though.
Hold on. So they go past Egypt, they go past Greece. The distance between Egypt and Greece is 1,596 kilometers, and they get there in 11 seconds. And they calculated out that they're going 324,000 miles per hour. Keep in mind the Apollo mission reentry speed is 24,000. So there would be extreme heat, meaning that he also has the magic to have heat resistance.
That was my whole basis on 30.
Was that he would be burned up?
Yeah, by Jacques.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I could see it here, somewhere in here, and I don't know where.
Probably. Let's see here. Maybe at 13.
I,
or at 14 rather.
I think 14, yeah. Because I don't really see them beating. Because he has that cartoon physics that Donald and Goofy have that are keeping them so high, I think.
Yeah,
But I don't really see him being able to beat Goofy and Donald just purely based on that.
yeah, I agree.
Okay. So let's get Tommy O'Malley off this list.
Rip.
Rip T-Mals. And let's get. Yeah, I started like going through stuff for the Magic Carpet, and I was like, okay, there's no way I can't rank him like top tier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he almost had the ability to crack the top 10 at one point.
Yeah, he's up there. He'll be interesting to see where he lands up at the end, with the bracket and everything.
Yeah, it's like
He'd be like a
did he
solid
he,
lead.
he didn't really have too much like strength wise. However, he did unstick himself from a rock. Like a rock slammed on him, and he just was able to slide right out from underneath it.
Yeah.
All right, there is the Magic Carpet. And let's see. Now
Well, we got Genie.
we've got number one. I mean, the Genie.
Yeah, I was.
Phenomenal cosmic power, itty bitty living space. He can change appearance. He can change size. He can create objects. He can create living people. He can duplicate himself. He can remove his limbs. However, his three biggest things is he can't kill anyone. He can't bring people back from the dead, and he can't make people fall in love.
Here's the thing: if he can't kill anyone, can he? Well, can he not be ordered to kill someone?
Pretty much, yeah.
But he could.
He can't. So he
kill
can't
someone.
kill anyone with his magic. But he could get them to the point where he could just stab them to death, probably.
And
or
can
he
just be like put back into the bottle, though?
No. So this kind of brings me back to the thing we were talking about with Jafar. So how do we want to rank Genie based on him being captive to the lamp or at the end when he's freed from the lamp? It also he can only be put back in the lamp. Actually, his master could say get back in the lamp, but that would only be by his master, who I mean, if we're gonna rank it based on the movie, it would be Aladdin.
Yeah.
Let me remind you.
We have to rate him tied to the lamp, to be honest.
Okay, but even then, so Aladdin beats him, but I think he beats everyone else above Aladdin. So I think that's still like even with that, I think he's still number one.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is one
because he doesn't need Aladdin's permission to cast spells because he casts plenty of stuff without Aladdin making a wish. Yeah. He just can't help Aladdin. It's the problem with Aladdin is they basically were like, if we don't explain the rules too much, no one can get mad at us for not explaining or for not obeying the rules. So there's like no point in which it explains when and when he cannot use his powers. Like when Aladdin's drowning, he apparently can't help Aladdin not drown unless Aladdin wishes for it. But he can, when Aladdin tricks him into getting out of the cave, he can do that for him without being wished to do it.
Yeah, I would rank him one.
Yeah. I just like, and I wanted to say the reason that we have Merlin ranked one right now is because he can become a virus. And I think Genie could just poof a vaccine for that virus.
He can just poof the Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson.
He can take all 5 and become the most powerful man on Earth. All right, yeah. I'm comfortable with him as number one. I didn't think there was going to be much contest to him not being number one.
I'm just saying there's, 5G, 5 vaccines.
So. Let's just hope he doesn't come up against Aladdin in the bracket because That would really be his only weakness.
That is his only weakness in the bracket, and it could happen.
Yeah.
That's it for Aladdin.